Okay, how are we doing, lads? We should be live. Surface is in the building. Glenn Hoddle, how we doing, lads? Mango Juice. Nice to see you in the stream, nice and early. Hope we're doing well. Yeah, hope we're doing well, lads. What was I gonna do? Let me just throw one link into Discord, and then we should be good. SI Rob, yo, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining the stream. Mate, I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing for game week 294, lads. Okay, let's get the monitor on the screen. Ryan Wilkinson, what's going on, mate? Thank you for joining us today, this evening. What time is it? 6:29. We're a minute early. Yeah, hope we're all doing well. Yeah, just obviously still a little bit buzzing after the unique pickup. I also dumped a load of players to Roddy Boss, so I've got a bit of an ETH balance, to be fair. Just a load of rares that I probably couldn't see me using as much as I'd like to. Jay Coyle and Jay Vic, thank you, lads, for the messages. I do really appreciate it. I'm buzzing, to be fair. I said in the video, but if you asked me, when I first started, that I'd have a unique card in my gallery, I would literally have just laughed at you. It's kind of wild. Like I said, he's not the best, and he's definitely not the most expensive unique you could ever buy in the world, but there looks to be a lot of utility there. I did quote tweet it earlier, but let's see if we can find it. There we go. Familiar Cow have tweeted about it and stuff. So yeah, he looks to be over there. I'm not sure if he's going to be in the squad this weekend. He's still a Saint Etienne player on Sorare and Opta. So yeah, I'm not expecting immediate utility. I'd like to think he'd be in the squad for next week. Given if he's still fit and stuff. Because I know he played last week for Saint Etienne. So I'm excited. I'm not expecting the world from him. I'm just really hoping that I can get a 10 to 20 AA average out of him every game if he plays. That could be asking a lot, but I know he's capable. It's just whether or not he's going to get given the chance. I am interested to see how that sort of plans out. Hazy's in the building. All right, mate, what's going on? It's crazy. I've literally just started streaming. I'm 3 minutes in and I already need to sneeze. I muted my mic, I think, so you didn't have to hear that. I've literally not sneezed all day. I'm still suffering from hay fever. I've been taking tablets and stuff, but they seem to make me quite drowsy. So yeah, I was told that they're non-drowsy, but for whatever reason, they still make me a bit tired. I literally haven't suffered all day. As soon as I get on stream, I get my first sneeze out. But yeah, like I said, got 1.7 ETH in from Roddy Boss. Got rid of a load of rares. Obviously brought in Zaydu. So yeah, the gallery's looking pretty thin right now-ish. I've kind of categorized everything here. So we've got our rare under 23 defenders. I don't think I need to update anything in terms of cards I've missed. I mean, could throw in this guy, but he's not really gonna stay in the gallery much longer. Just trying to sort of figure out, what my my under 23 contingency is going to look like this coming season. It looks like I've got 6 of each, mid forward and defender. Are they all usable? Probably not right now. You're looking at Fofana might be moving, Vitinha's on the bench, Seo Youngwoo's nailed. João Victor hasn't worked his way in yet. Shigioka is nailed, to be fair. Don't know what's happening with Sergio Gomez. Obviously, Endo's pretty nailed. Nana might be moving. Pedri, you'd like to think's pretty nailed. Yuito injured. Pablo Ruiz, pretty nailed, to be fair. And then Lewis Ferguson. unknown, moving to Serie A. Akid is pretty nailed. Jesus is nailed. Fati, we don't really know, but I'd hope he'd start over Ferran. Mitsuta's nailed, to be fair. Zauri is, and Odegaard is injured. So, yeah, there needs to be some adjustments this weekend. Like, I'm definitely not going in full strength at all. Obviously, we'll go through the Super A's as well, but yeah, it's probably not worth it. I do have a nice little lineup going on though right now, in the form of, let me refresh this, in the form of this. So we're currently 4th in under 23 Rare Pro. We're not gonna. The only way, let me see if I can get this up. How do we do this now? Game week center, is it? Yeah, rankings. The only way that we're going to be able to get a star rare, as in, finish top 4, is if, and I wouldn't wish it upon him because he's a very good friend of mine. Sean, PSU fans 2, he has a Sam Buchamer to play, which should take 4th position. I don't think Odegaard is fit, so I think that should stay as a DMP. Obviously, Diego Costa doesn't have a game, so yeah. Apart from that, there's not really much going on. So hopefully, I'm expecting to finish 5th, which is top of tier 1, which obviously I'll be delighted with. And then if we do squeeze into 4th for whatever reason, great. That would be the bottom of the star rare. But I think Sean's gonna pip us to that, to be honest. But you never know. If Buchanan for whatever reason DMPs, then we're in luck. I don't think he will. So yeah, 5th looks to be our situation. If we look into live, we're projected a star rare, but I don't think that's going to happen. We're looking to the prize pool. Tier 1s at the top, we've got Mitsuta, who I've obviously got one in my gallery. I've already won one before, actually, to be fair, not too long ago. So, I wouldn't mind winning one again, I guess. This guy is probably the most favorable, though, in terms of how much he's worth and stuff. Like for a tier 1, I'm in Sa. There's only 25 outs. The floor's 1 ETH right now. I don't think he would sell for that. But that would be probably the most expensive tier 1 in this pool. Abada would go for probably around 0.6. What's Tapsoba's price these days? Joseph says Amin Sarr's a beast. To be honest, I really don't know that much about him. I've heard bits. I've heard he's been scoring a lot of goals in pre-season, but I really don't know enough, to be honest. Okay, Tapsoba wouldn't be bad at all, actually, 0.6-ish. I'd really, really welcome that. John Paul Scam Velasco to go with my Jesus Ferreira wouldn't be bad. Ignace Bremt, Luca Oyens, then his ACL, so that wouldn't be great. So Young Woo's in there, Facundo Torres. Obviously, we're going a bit further down the prize pool here, but you just never know what Sorare are going to give you. I'd like to think it'd be something from this situation, but you just never know. Chase says probably means you will win another Matsuta, that double reward cursor. Yeah, Chase, I'm prepared for it. And obviously, I'd be over the moon with another Matsuta. I would hopefully try and be able to sell him on. But yeah, that double reward situation is definitely alive and real. 0.57 floor. Joseph says you already know that Oyen is coming to you, right? Probably, Josh. I wouldn't disbelieve it at all. Fred said because it's a midweek reward, it could be a poor reward, to be honest. Yeah, that's true. That is actually true, Fred. I didn't really think of that. So maybe maybe I've got my hopes up far too high there. So yeah, thank you for bringing me back down to earth. Channy Sports is in the building. Hey, made it to the live. Realize how bad the top tier prizes actually are. Desperately need the new cards minted. Yeah, man. We're really, really in need of those new cards for sure. Even this week's prize pool, if we look at game week, obviously 294, we'll go down to the under 23 star rares. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the top is nice looking. If you could get a Jota, wow, amazing. Same as Vlahovic. You take a Gavi, but considering what you could win on a normal weekend in season, the AZ lineups has just come out, lads, and Buchanan is playing. So yeah, we'll probably take 5th. And I'm just looking at it on my phone. And Odegaard isn't on the bench either. So yeah, it looks like we've nailed 5th, to be honest. Connor R98 in the building. Long time no speak. Hope you're well. I am doing well, thank you, Connor. Recently moved back to the UK, but yeah, doing well. Jay Cook said, "When can we expect new card mints?" It's gonna vary for every league, if that makes sense. Like, it's gonna be a different date, month for every league. You'd hope they could squeeze them all into the next 3 months. Whether they do that, you just never know. Genesis is in the build as well. Genesis, thank you for joining us. I do really appreciate it, mate. Yeah, it's really gonna. Yeah, nobody really knows when they're gonna mint these new cards. Like some of the new rapid guys. If you look at this guy, Jonas Ua or AR, I'm not sure how to really pronounce it. He's got his new picture. So like, they have uploaded new pictures of a few leagues already. Whether those cards are going to come on the platform in the next couple of weeks, who knows? You'd like to think so. Otherwise, it's just not ideal. There's just going to be a massive backlog. And yeah, you don't want to be releasing new cards weeks into the season, the new season starting. So it's going to be interesting to see when they do actually finally release them. Noah Brook, what's going on, mate? Thank you for joining us. Lads, who am I expecting to see tomorrow in London? I don't know why I didn't start with that sentence, to be honest, but yeah, it just came to me. Obviously, I will be in London tomorrow for the meetup. Anybody in the chat going? Please do let me know. Joshua says probably around September we should start seeing them. Yeah, that's probably a good estimate, to be fair, Josh. Yeah, I wouldn't I wouldn't put it past September. Month or so from now, maybe 6 weeks. I wouldn't like to see anything later than that. That just wouldn't be ideal. Mango Juice, we'll be seeing you tomorrow, mate, for sure. Yeah, anybody else coming to the meetup tomorrow? Would be interested to see how many of you guys are. London's shaking. What we got here? J. Cole, I spent all summer getting my Celtic high on XP, so hoping they keep the extra 5% for longer. Also hope to see some of our other players like O'Reilly and is it Dranovich or Janovic get cards. Yeah, O'Reilly looks a player. I watched the Celtic game on the weekend. Really like the look of him, to be fair. He's really, really technical and yeah, seems to just smash the matrix. Chani Mbappe's first mint from previous seasons was late September. It's interesting, isn't it, how they come in like 2 months late? Like, imagine, wait then, let me get SofaScore up for you guys because somebody's asking for the AZ lineups and somehow I've already got them. Well, I had a notification on SofaScore. Yeah, here we go. There's the lineups for you lads. Noah says, do we reckon Vitinho starts for Burnley? I don't know. It's a good question. I'm not going to risk him. Noah, to be honest, he might, but I just don't fancy risking him. But if you haven't got any other options, then that might be worth the risk. What else I was going to say? Yeah, I was just replying to Jake Cole's. O'Reilly. Yeah, I do really like the look of O'Reilly. Ryan says, yeah. Chani says Benzema was mid-September. Jesus. Jay said, yeah, Turnbull and O'Reilly will rotate with each other, but both should bang. Like, I know Turnbull had an assist when he came off the bench. I don't like the look of Turnbull. He's too awkward for me on the ball. Like, he's not as silky as O'Reilly, and I'm somebody that, like, I have to like you playing, if that makes sense. Like, I love watching Jota play for Celtic. He's just a very good footballer, very technical. I just love watching him play. But yeah, when I know ultimately, Sorare, it doesn't matter as long as they put up good scores. It's it doesn't have to be subjective. It's more of an objective game. Obviously, we're just playing with data here. But yeah, I just don't like the look of Turnbull. Although obviously he's gonna do well this season, decisive wise, and yeah, in the O'Reilly sort of rotation. But I like the look of O'Reilly a little bit more personally. And I guess the manager does as well. Ponte says, Luis Alberto seems to be going from Lazio to Sevilla. How do you think this will affect his SO5 scores? Will it be affected? I mean, it will be affected. How heavily, I don't know. Rapid have just conceded, by the way. which is interesting. I mean, I know that means my clean sheet is gone. I don't think it. Well, the problem is, Haydo was the only under 23 goalkeeper this midweek, so I don't think it really makes a difference. But yeah, Pontus, I don't really know, to be honest. Did Alberto take set pieces at Lazio? That would be something I would look into. And if he did, then obviously, if he doesn't take them at Sevilla, then that could be a hindrance on his SO5 score. So make sure you have a look on that. Turnbull, when he starts, though, will take corners and free kicks. Plus attacks will go through him, so he should fit the matrix well. Loves a shot as well. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, yeah, him and O'Reilly are very similar. I don't know. Turnbull looks really awkward on the ball, in my opinion. Anina's in the building. Look who it is. We've missed you, man. Yeah, I'm back. I mean, I live streamed on last Thursday, and then obviously I've made a few videos since. But yeah, only live streaming once a week right now until like the midweeks really kick on, and I have something to really like talk about. Mango Juice says Magic Louise goes back to his hometown. It's a hard choice for him, so surely he'll find his way and perform at best. SO5 scores if he performs with Lazio, average 2x assists. As Lazio is his golden, scores will be okay. Okay, interesting. I'm on the Red Bull tonight. Yeah, feeling a little bit tired recently in these evenings. So yeah, having to have a little caffeine kick to keep me going. Okay, shall we get into some lineup building? We'll leave that for now, and we're going to go straight into some lineup building for game week 294. I'm going to be heavily using Play Sharper. The site is getting a lot better. I'm not getting paid to say any of this, but it is just getting a lot better. It's showing like the XG, the clean sheet probabilities. It's very, very useful. I don't know when this site is going to, or if it ever is going to be a paid thing, similar to what Sorare Data have said they're going to do. Yeah, so I'm not sure if that's ever going to come in, and if it is, when. But right now it's free, so I do think you should make the most of it, because there's a lot of handy data on there, which we will go into. But yeah, Sorare Data lineup builder. Under 23 Rare Pro is obviously my bread and butter. I say it every week. Let's have a look at the numbers. So under 23, there's nearly 1,500 participants already, 250 prizes. And then we look into under 23 Rare Pro, 50 prizes and 455 entrants. So yeah, it's getting a lot more competitive, which is expected. This is not something that we didn't know that was going to happen. It was kind of obvious that the entrants were going to fly up, obviously, when Europe got back into the swing of things. So yeah, under 23 Rare Pro is where it's at for us. We'll probably see this number go close to 500, I imagine, maybe just over. Yeah, it's going to be hard to judge. So you're looking at a 10% shot at a card prize, being a tier 2 as the limited, because Rare Pro lineups, or Rare Pro divisions only go to tier 2, tier 1, and then Star Rare. Obviously, they don't do tier 3. So yeah, not a bad shot at a prize. If there's 500 of you participating, 50 of you are going to get prizes. It's not the end of the world, I don't think. We've seen a lot less. Or if you just look at, where could we look first? I mean, All-Star is always going to be stupid. 12,300 entrants, 600 prizes. You're looking at a 5% chance at a card there, if I'm right, roughly. Just trying to do the maths in my head. So yeah, it's getting a lot more competitive now. Like, it really, really is. J. Cole says, want to keep an eye on if he gets a card from us is Benab. He's an attacking left back just in this summer, so he has earned his spot, but attacking wise is exciting. Interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye on that one, Jay. Okay, under 23 Rare Pro, goalkeeper time. 3 options: Diego Costa, Saskai, and 4 options actually: Tani and Van der Voort. Obviously, Tani is the only super rare that's going to play, so we're presuming he's going to play, so he obviously is going to go into our super rare lineup. So yeah, 3 goalkeepers, rare goalkeepers: Van der Voort, Costa, Saskai. Van der Voort has got the superior XP, which is nice, and he does have a favourable fixture against UPenn at home. But Genk, I just don't trust them as much as I'd love to be able to trust them. Yeah, Saskai away to Kanga. Kyoto Sanga, sorry. Not an easy game, but not a terribly tough game. If we look at the play sharper, we'll be able to see. So the clean sheet probability is 36% for Raysol, XG of 1.25. So they're favourites for the game, of course, and you got a 1 in 3 chance of a clean sheet, which isn't terrible. You then look at, if we look at Belgium, Genk, I think the probability here is like 40s. Yeah, 42%, which is obviously a bit higher than Raysol's. And then even higher again is Porto's chance and Costa's chance, 59% clean sheet probability. So, yeah, I'm kind of going to go with that, really. And, even without that data, it was not easy to work out, but for me, it was always going to be Costa, and that data just really, helps me a lot more. Just sort of solidifies my thinking. Chani says Kashiwa apparently have 9 COVID cases. I was stung by the COVID cases last week, actually, Chani, for them. My Koga DMP'd with COVID. Have they had more like midweek? Have they? I'm not too sure. How many they've had since the weekend, if that makes sense. But I am subscribed to Sorare Japan, so I'm sure he'll put out his newsletter tomorrow morning, maybe tonight, and I'll sort of reassess things. But yeah, I am reluctant to play my Saskai and Koga in my 3 major lineups, basically. So yeah, they'll definitely be on the back burner and in the back of my mind for now, and not going to take the risks that I should probably do sometimes. But yeah, for me, I'm just playing it as safe as I can this weekend. I don't want to take any risks where possible. And yeah, that's just how I'm going to play it. Sergio Gomez, we don't know what's going on with him right now. Obviously, he's just come back from injury. Might be moving to Man City on loan to, I can't even remember, Girona, isn't it? From in the La Liga. Jordan Bale's just come back from injury, so I'm not going to risk him. Koga, obviously, COVID risk last week. He's probably back fit, but I'm not going to risk him until I've heard more about what Sorare Japan says. Next in line for us in terms of opposition score is Daiki Shugioka. If we go and look at Shugioka's chances, or Shonen's chances of a clean sheet, 35% isn't terrible, to be completely honest. He's 85% expected to play, which I'll probably, I'll take those odds. He captains the team, even though he's on loan. For me, after sort of having a look at what else I have going on, we're not going to play this Kashif guy. Wesley Fofana is definitely an option, but I'm just worried that he's not going to play for whatever reason because of the Chelsea transfer. I'm just very, very cautious to be playing him this weekend. If I'm forced to, then I might have to. Badiashile injured, so I'm not going to be risking him, although I'd love to play him. Sekikawa is actually an option for me this weekend. He played last week because the other centre-back, I think, had a red card the game before, so he was kind of nailed on that he was going to play. He didn't score very well, but he is expected to play 70%. And I don't know how they sort of do this, but they have an expected score, which is cool. That's something to definitely keep an eye on. Anina says, is Fofana done though? No, I don't think it is done, actually, Anina, to be completely honest. Noah says, I'm a Leicester fan, and trust me, Fofana is a nailed starter. Noah, that's huge. That's big news. I needed somebody that had the faith in Leicester, in Fofana. And I'm lucky enough to have you in the chat. Yeah, that's big. Okay, Noah, so you definitely think he's going to start. Okay, we'll definitely keep that in mind. Baseki's definitely an option, but obviously he is a super rare. George Campbell's injured. Barco's not going to play. Nico Williams is definitely an option. We do think, I just don't see any reason why he won't play. Away to Newcastle, though, isn't a great fixture. XMK, the expected score is probably the same one as Sorare Data uses. Okay, that's fair enough. Local leg lock, what's going on, man? No, you're not late at all. We're only 25 minutes in, man. Perfect timing. Okay, interesting, XMK. didn't really realize how that were to work. Nico Williams, expected score 45, clean sheets only at 20% for Forest. Obviously, their first game in the Prem. Very sort of uncertain times in terms of how we think and how we're going to see them play. I do think Nico's going to do well this season, though, on the whole. But do I need to risk him in my best lineup? Probably not. João Victor hasn't really done anything right now for Benfica because I think he came a little bit injured and they're sort of easing him in. Vitinho, we've already mentioned in the chat. We don't know if he's going to start, but Burnley do have a nice fixture at home to Luton, but I'm not going to take the risk on him. Gaza said, what do you think about Fofana linked to Chelsea? I do really like the move if it comes off, Gaza. I think, you've got somebody that's going to play midweeks. They've obviously lost Rudiger, lost Christensen, so there's definitely room there to play. If he does obviously move. And I expect his scores to not really increase, but definitely see an increase somewhere. You'd have to hope, especially with like the clean sheet side of things, because you'd like to think Leicester are going to concede more goals than Chelsea. And under the new matrix, obviously you can concede in 4 points for every goal. You just like to think they're going to concede less goals than Leicester are, basically, meaning that he's going to concede less 4-pointers. Okay, what's this? Noah says, Rodgers doesn't want to sell and he isn't forcing. And we have no quality depth with Soyuncu and Amati leaving. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that does definitely change things for me. Anina says, on the famous words of John Nellis, there are 41 people in the house and 7 likes. Come on, people. Anina, you're doing my work for me. Lads, if you could like the live stream, it would honestly mean a lot to me, like genuinely. But I completely forgot to say it. Anina definitely reminded me there, so I do really appreciate it. But going back through these, Daiki's definitely an option. He takes set pieces, decent enough chance of a clean sheet. Trusting your players from Japan isn't always the best thing to do, just because getting news is tough and you just never know. You have to sometimes expect the worst. I do like the look of that. If we compare that to Fofana's, what is Fofana's chances of a clean sheet, or what is Leicester's chances of a clean sheet? 33%, so similar to Shonen's. Ooh, Fofana's expected score is very nice. No, I really want to trust you, man. I really, really do. And I'm tempted to. I really, really am. Ooh, I don't know. I really don't know. Lads, what do we think? Fofana or Daiki Shugioka? It's a toss-up. They're both at home. They both have a very similar clean sheet percentage. They have the same XP. Like, there's not much in it for me here. Mango says it's Fofana or Nico. That's interesting. I want to, basically, the reason why I'm probably not going to play Nico here is because I'm most likely going to play him in my super rare under 23 lineup. With Badiashile out, with Koga unlikely to play, that's kind of my thinking with that one. I'd prefer to, not go with Nico there. Noah says Ericsson less Brentford as well. Yeah, that's interesting. Brentford, obviously, second season in the Prem, lost Ericsson. I don't know. Like, in my head, Daiki's way more nailed on, just because there's no transfer speculation around it. Mango says, so Fofana, Brentford ain't going to be a solid last year. Yeah, completely agree with you, Mango, but I just worry that for whatever reason, Fofana isn't going to play. But maybe I'm just being overly cautious. Maybe I just need to just go for it, right? Okay, we're just throwing him in, lads. He's in. Fofana's in. No going back now. Okay, midfielder-wise, Amaya has the best opposition score, 57 against DC United. Rooney's DC United, who obviously won their first game with him as manager. They lost last night, I think, to Charlotte FC maybe. But Amaya, for some reason, has been left out of the Red Bull squad over the last few games. So I'm not really too keen on trusting him, to be honest. It's just not worth it. And then obviously next in line, we have a Yari Vasharin, who has an amazing fixture. We can just sort of have a look at this fixture here on Play Sharper. So they have Serang at home. He's playing right now, Yari. They're 2-0 up away in the Conference League qualifiers. XG of 2.5 and elect. You like to think they steamroll them. It's just the fact, is he going to get rotated after playing tonight? Maybe. So if it says make the rest of your lineup, then come back to D, this might give us more information about who to pick. Okay, interesting. Okay, we'll take out Fofana for now, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so yeah, like I said, Visharan seems, obviously we haven't scrolled all the way down yet, but just looking at the top of the list, if Visharan's fit and doesn't get any injuries tonight, kind of have to play him, don't I? It's kind of hard for me not to, I think. And then down the list, we have Joan Sforza, who is expected to play for Newell's All Boys and has a favourable fixture from what I'm told. I don't love him. He's a tier 3 super rare that I won a few weeks ago. So yeah, he won't be getting into this side, to be honest. He might fit in somewhere else, but definitely not here. Paradella's not going to play. Daiki actually captained Shimzu last game. And yeah, don't get me wrong. He's no Yari Visharan, but captain of his J-League team, Shimizu aren't great at all, to be honest. But the fact that he's back in the fold, he's only 55% likely to play according to Play Sharper. I will obviously have a look at what Sorare Japan says tonight. They're not favourites for the game, though. So, away from home, it ain't favourable at all for me. Yuito Suzuki's my rare and super rare, both injured, of course. Alan Varela is actually a decent shout at home. I don't know much about their opposition, Boca Juniors, but let me have a look here. I think he's expected to play. Do I favour him over Yari Visharan? Probably not. Expected score 54, 90% expected to play. I kind of do like that. I just worry that, well, I'm not worried he's not going to get the AA score that I want, but I just know there's no decisive with him really, where Yari Visharan, if he's unscathed tonight and he gets out of the game fine and he's still fit, then it's hard for me not to go with a Yari Visharan, I think. Pablo Ruiz is a shout. Home to Los Angeles FC isn't favourable though, and I might have to save him for a rare lineup. Conor Barron's injured. Slattery is suspended. Enzo Fernandez, I've heard he might get rotated. Be wary of that. Florentino Luis is actually a shout. They have a favourable lineup or matchup, at home. And I've heard that Florentino Luis is less likely to be rotated than Enzo is. So that's definitely a shout. Kakure's injured. Onana might be moving. Arakai's injured. So yeah, we're not looking great on options here. Chani says, had no idea Anderlecht was playing now. Yeah, for some reason their game isn't like scored by Opta and it isn't scored by Sorare, which is very annoying. I'm sweating, by the way. I'm very, very hot. Okay, let's throw in Yari Visharan for now. It's hard not to go with him. Obviously, if he gets injured tonight, then that's just something we have to deal with. Okay, forward options. Jesus Ferreira away to Portland. I do like that fixture, to be honest. I like Dallas away from home normally. Zraoui at home to Oostend. Again, nice fixture. Odegaard looks like he is injured. He's not in the squad tonight, so I'm not going to risk him this weekend. Mitsuta away to Antlers. I don't love the fixture. I do think Antlers will probably concede, though, and Mitsuta's normally in with a chance of a DA, so definitely contemplating that. Vertessen's injured. Akida's definitely a shout. Obviously, I have a rare and a super. I might have to save the super for the under-23 super rare division, so I do have a rare spare, technically. Zion Fleming's done his MCL. He's out for like 2 to 3 weeks, but away to Sheffield isn't a great fixture, I don't think. So either way, he wouldn't really be getting a shout. And then Isaac Lihaji, they're playing Auxerre. There's no data on them. Obviously, they've just come up from the second division in France. Do I think he starts? No. He might come off the bench, to be fair. But he's not somebody I want to take the risk on. So I'm just going to go over to Play Sharp and just have a look at the FC Dallas situation. I know Ferreira was rested midweek. He came off the bench. I think he came on at halftime. So that basically tells me that he's not guaranteed to start, but basically guaranteed to start. So that is kind of my thinking behind, sort of playing it safe with him. 90% start, 1.25 XG. Portland are no mugs. I do think Portland are a decent side. They do leak goals though, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is a high-scoring game. And yeah, you'd like to think that Ferreira is going to be involved in those goals. So for me, it's out of Ferreira and Zauri. And I think even though Jesus is away from home, I think I just have to go with Jesus Ferreira, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think that one needs too much contemplation. Okay, and then it sort of just comes down to what we want to do now in terms of, do we want to play Fofana in here? And then obviously we're going to need a super rare, defender, midfielder, forward as our extra, or do we play a super rare defender and then have a rare extra? Is kind of what we need to contemplate. In terms of defenders, like I said, we could go with Nico, we could go with Big Seki. They're the only two options really that I feel comfortable with going here. I don't love either option. That's why I kind of want to push them up to my super rare team. Surface says, are you going to make an under 23 super? Yeah, I am, Surface. I am going to make a D2 under 23 team, to be fair. So that's why I have to sort of take into consideration how I'm going to sort of play this out. If I do use Nico or Seki here, then of course that means I basically have to use two super rare mids in the under 23 super rare division, which is fine. Noah says Fofana played at the weekend against Sevilla with the rumours. That's true. He did, Noah. You are right. And, but the rumours have sort of kicked on a little bit since then. That's the only issue. Football moves fast. But yeah, I do agree. I do agree there. Ryan says Nico, in my opinion. That is interesting, Ryan. Why do you think that? Do you think the Forest can have a bit of luck against Newcastle away? Do you think that's like a decent... This is my thing with Nico. Obviously, he's going to be playing right wing back. He's going to lose the ball quite a lot, right? He's going to need to get a DA basically to get me out of the shit. So, of course, we're still under the old matrix. If we were under the new matrix right now, then I would probably be more favorable, or more likely to go with Nico in this team, because of the fact that he would lose less points possession-wise. Obviously, like I said, we are still under the old matrix, so I'm a bit skeptical. Chani says Nico will have to defend St. Maxime. Good luck. Yeah, he's going to need all the luck in the world, to be honest, Chani. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, didn't think of that. I mean, they're going to play 5 at the back, but yeah, Nico will definitely have to do a bit of tracking back for sure, to help out with St. Maxime. Okay, interesting. So if that's the case, I don't love any of these super rare options for my defender position, which makes me think we have to go with a rare defender. And it's basically either Shugioka or Fofana or Seo Young-woo. To be fair, they are away though to John Book. I don't love the fixture. I'd much prefer to go with Daiki or Fofana. If I'm playing it super safe, I'm going with Daiki, right? But if I want to take a bit of a risk for that little bit higher upside, then I would go with Fofana. Do I want to take the risk though with my best lineup? Like, this is the lineup that, can't have a DMP, and basically for me is basically the brutality of it. So it's like, do I risk it, or do I need to risk it? I probably don't. Like, let's be honest, I could just go with Shugioka and not have to worry about Fofana all weekend until obviously the lineups are out. Don't get me wrong, Fofana is probably going to play in some lineup of mine, but should he be in my best lineup? Probably not. It probably goes against my sort of motto of, no DMPs at a minimum. Giacomo says, Fofana transfer saga, will he play? That's exactly my thinking, to be honest. That's kind of my worry. So if that is the case, I know it's not as glamorous as a Fofana, but I think I'm going to have to go with Daiki, lads. Maybe it's my phobia of, DMPs or whatever, but I just can't risk it. I really don't think I can risk it. Okay, so if that's the case, we need an extra super rare. I'm not going with Amaya. I'm not going with Bea. I'm not touching Koga. I'm not touching Vitesse. It is out of Sforza, Aikida, Daiki, Sekikawa, Alan Varela, and Nico Williams, or Florentino Luis. To narrow that down even more, I would say it's basically out of Florentino Luis, Nico Williams, or Alan Varela. I'm leaning towards going with Florentino Luis over Alan Varela. I can't really give you an explanation why. It's kind of a gut feeling going off how well he played midweek. Confidence going to be really high. They're playing against a weak team. Not to say that Varela's not either. Well, I guess to be fair, they're not. I mean, going off the odds, they're playing against a weak team, but they're 6th in the league, so that doesn't really make too much sense to me. Obviously, Boca must be very good at home. James Rental says, who to choose. Oh, this is tough. I know James wants me to pick Nico, doesn't he? But I just don't know if I can do it. I really don't know if I can do it. I think I'm just going to go Florentino Luis. I know he's not decisive capable. Neither is Alan Varela, really. I'm just looking for like a 60, a 25 AA game from him as a super rare that gets me 70 or 75 points, whatever. I can kind of live with that, and then I could get Yari to do my DA hunting and maybe get me to 100. I think I'm gonna do this. Surface says it might be more productive if you had 3 browser screens at once where you can see your under 23, D2, D3, D4 at the same time. Decision making is easier like that. I've never actually thought about doing it that way, Surface. That's actually, never ever thought about doing it like that. I mean, I guess we can. There's nothing really stopping us from doing that. I don't know, or maybe Sorare data is stopping us. I don't know what's happening here, lads. Having a bit of a fit. Okay, that's not working. Yeah, but that is a good shout, Surface. If I was able to do that, I would do it. I don't know why it's not allowing me to. Okay, I think I'm going to go with this. Hanina says, trust the Welsh like you, bro. I don't know if I can trust the Welsh, man. He's playing for an English club. Okay, I'm going to throw this under 23 rare pro lineup in for now, just so we can have it locked in. So Diego Costa, Daiki. We're going with Yari Vasharan, hoping that he doesn't get injured tonight. Touchwood. Jesus Ferreira, and who else did we say? Florentino Luis. Okay, we're going to captain Jesus Ferreira because he is most decisive capable. And we're going to call that done for now. We're going to move on to super rares. I always do that. I never save the lineup properly. Sorry, lads. I'm going to steal 10 seconds more of your time by doing this. And then I'm going to throw Florentino Luis in when we find him. There he is. Okay, so that's under 23 rare pro out the way. Under 23 super rare comes next. Tani is an obvious choice. We hope for a clean sheet. He has delivered a lot this season for me, so I can't fault him. Shonen have been a lot better than I thought they'd be. So yeah, that's nailed on. We're going to then toggle super rare. Like I said, there isn't many options here, lads. It's basically Nico Williams or Sekikawa. It might be both. So I'm going to go over to midfield for now because I kind of know that I want to play Alan Varela. I don't think anything else is really jumping out at me. If Kakare was fit, then I'd probably go with Kakare. But Alan Varela seems the most nailed on for now. And then up front, Vitessen's injured, Fleming's injured, Lahaji isn't going to play. So we are left with Aikida. I'm not ecstatic to be playing Aikida. He has got me decisives in certain situations this season and has helped me win some prizes. So I can't knock him too much, but he's basically DA or bust. Most forwards are, I paid £200 for him. I'm not expecting the world, which basically kind of leaves me with one option in the sense that I kind of just have to play both defenders. I think I'm going to go with Nico first because I know he's more nailed on. And then for extra position, It's basically, if I knew Koga was fine, then I'd probably go with Koga here just because I like the fixture, even though he's away from home. Sforza actually has a decent fixture. We're going to go over to Play Sharp and I'll show you the Argentinian fixture for him. Where we look in News All Boys. I think he's 80% expect to play. They are favourite for the game. They're just over even money. Favourable clean sheet, even though he's a midfielder, so it shouldn't really matter too much for me. It's basically Sforza or Sekikawa. And if we look at, we can look at his. Can we look at his scores? Yeah. His scores aren't great, to be completely honest. He's hit some nice AA games here. 18.9, 15, 16, 20, 16, and then up here he had a decisive and a 20. I could get a decent game out of him, to be completely honest, or I could get an absolute stinker. Chani says Visharan subbed off healthy and fine. Good stuff. Wow, that's huge, Chani. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, that's really helped me be at ease with playing in this weekend now. Yeah, thank you for that. Surface says, for me, your D team is just average. I would prioritize Yari and Louise in D2 if you think they are your top M's. Interesting, but then my thinking is, Surface, going with Akida as my forward in D2 doesn't give me that much hope, meaning that if I did play Visharan and Louise in with him, am I just wasting them, basically, is kind of my thinking there. Either way, either lineup isn't going to be great. It's kind of like, I just feel my D3 could just be a bit greater than my D2 could. So yeah, that's the issue. And if I did take out Florentino Luis, I'd only replace him with an Alan Varela, basically. So like, they're like for like for me. That either one isn't going to light up the world this weekend, I wouldn't imagine. So it's like, yeah, this weekend isn't something that like I'm really thinking that I'm in the running to win something big, if that makes sense. It's more of a case of, can I just find 15 players that are going to play? And if one team does well, great. But right now, I'm not really in a position to, really have one team that's going to stand out. If I had Zion Fleming playing, then I probably would go with Yari in there. I probably would go with Florentino Luis. I probably would go a lot, or prioritize D2 a lot more. So yeah, that's kind of my thinking there, Surface. I'm not sure if that sort of answers what you kind of suggested or said, but yeah, that's kind of my thinking. Just because I have so many injuries and stuff, it just doesn't really make sense for me right now to be able to like really compete. So if we're saying that that's true, then it's basically Sekikawa in here. And then in terms of captain, I'd probably go with Varela, to be completely honest. I'm just hoping for a nice 60, 65, 30 AA would be unbelievable, just to get me to that 90/100 with the captain's bonus. I don't love these teams. I don't hate them. I'm not being ungrateful or anything, but, they just could be better. Of course, injuries and COVIDs and whatever is kind of stopping me from doing that. So I'm having just to go with what I can right now. And this is what I feel like will be DMP-less to a degree and still being with the chance of something. So yeah, if that makes sense, great. If it doesn't, then that's just my fault. And I've completely rambled and not made sense for the last 49 minutes. Van der Voort's going in goals, simple as that. This is probably where I'm willing to take a bit more risk and probably go with Fofana. He's the only other option. Well, the only other option is Seo Young Woo, but I prefer just to take the risk with Fofana, to be completely honest. Rapid have just conceded again, by the way, lads. It's now 2-0. What was I going to say? Surface, every forward is average compared to Mbappe. So like, let's not kid ourselves here. Like, I'm working on a budget, to be honest. So yeah, that's just what I can. That's all I can sort of offer this week, to be completely honest. You're saying Costa got a tough matchup? Really? Where are you? Like Diego Costa now? I don't understand how you've come to that conclusion, to be honest. So yeah, I'd like to see the analysis on that one. I can't understand why you think play Ferreira in D2. Yeah, that is actually an option, Surface. Yeah. But then, yeah, that could work. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, good idea, Surface. I actually do like that idea. Yeah. And then I'm going to move Anis Zauri up one. Well, Captain Daiki. Yeah, that kind of makes more sense. It makes me not have to go with Akida. Akida will end up scoring now, and then I'll regret my decision. But yeah, that's actually a good shout, Surface, to be honest. I didn't really think of that. So yeah, I do really appreciate that input, to be fair. Where's Seki? Okay, and we'll captain Allen. Okay. And then let's go back to our under 23 rare. Surface says, I hear you, just throwing out other ideas. No, I definitely like the Ferreira idea for sure. That does make sense because I'll have a Mitsuta to play in here. Even though the fixture isn't great, I don't mind it. We'll go with Fofana. This team actually is pretty strong. I'm not sure if I'm going to risk Enzo Fernandez, though. I think I'm just going to go with Pablo Ruiz. And then as my extra player, we can't play Anis because we're going to be playing him in D3. It's either Enzo Fernandez or Seo Young-woo. Giacomo says, bet on Akida Hattie just to cover all bases. It's bound to happen, isn't it, to be fair? Ghost says, does Baziasio play this weekend? His team does play this weekend, mate. But he apparently hasn't trained fully this week. So, yeah, I won't be risking him, to be fair. Yeah, Seo Young-woo or Enzo Fernandez. Like I said, it's not guaranteed the Fernandez does get dropped, but there is definitely risk there, I'm told. So if that is the case, then I feel like I just got to go with Seo Young-woo. Can I get 5 starters out? Is basically what I'm sort of looking at here. It's not a great lineup. Surface says he was thinking Sporting his bad. No, you're fine. You're fine, Surface. I was just flabbergasted. Like I couldn't believe like why you would say that. Basically, I thought I was missing something massively then. Ross Henderson, Hendo, Harold. Sorry, I can't join the live tonight. We'll rewatch to see if I miss any DMPs. Legend Ross. Do really appreciate you popping in. Chani says, well, I've got you here, Surface. Check Discord when you've got time. No problem, Ghost. So yeah, this is probably the under 23 lineup, lads. There's obviously some really good players in there. Is it going to be enough to compete this week? Maybe not with 1,500 participants. I'd like to think that Van der Voort does get his clean sheet. If Fofana plays, he could definitely score well. Don't get me wrong. Pablo Ruiz could definitely score well as well, along with Mitsuta. They're all capable, but, I don't love the Seo Young-woo fixture. I don't love the Mitsuta fixture. But you know what? I'm actually going to captain Mitsuta just in case he does get that DA that I'm looking for. Noah says, are you hoping Onana goes to West Ham? No, to be honest, Noah. I'd prefer him not to go there. I saw that Everton are interested as well. I'd prefer him to go to Everton just because he'd probably play more there. I don't fancy him to get in ahead of Declan Rice and Souček. Declan Rice probably moves on in a year or so, you'd like to think. So, maybe he's a replacement for then if they do get him. But yeah, for now, I don't think it's a great move for him, to be honest. I prefer him to play some games, and I don't think going to West Ham this year would do that for him. Ross says, absolutely degenerated into buying a Kaminsky super rare to try and attack the Challenger D2. Probably stupid with no uniques, but who cares, eh? That's huge, Ross. I do like a little Kaminsky, to be fair. What did you pay for the super rare, if you don't mind me asking? Did you buy Hybees? No. You bought one 2 hours ago. Okay. Fair play, mate. Class. Yeah, I think he'll do well this season. He's actually one of my first ever goalkeepers. Clean sheet against QPR on the weekend. What more are you asking for? Yeah, I do wish you all the best in Challenger D2, mate. And you don't need a unique, I don't think. Ross said 2 ETH. The rare's just sitting at 1.4. Wow, yeah, that's huge, Ross, to be fair, for a super rare goalkeeper. I know it's not the same as an outfielder in terms of times 3, times whatever. But yeah, that's huge. Midweek utility as well, Ross says. Yeah, that's big, mate. That's really good value there, mate. I really, really rate that move from you. Anina says, you're going to do a specialist team. I'm probably not, to be completely honest. I don't think I've got the players. Can I fit in an underdog rare team? Maybe. We could go with Kashif. Probably not, actually. I'm probably spitballing here, aren't I? Onana, maybe we could just throw him in. Akida could play. I'm just seeing what I can do here, lads. And it doesn't look like a lot. Actually, I might be able to do an underdog rare team here. Oh, no. If George Campbell could play, then we could almost do it, because we could have gone Sforza. Did I use Akida? No, I didn't. Akida. Why didn't Akida come up then? And then we could. Jordan Bayer isn't going to play, though. I'm worried. Well, I'm not worried because this is not going to mean much anyway. But and then we could either go with Amaya Lahaji. Could even go. Let me just filter. Let me put me this side. Could even go with. Conor Barron's not going to play. Kakure's injured. Campbell's injured. Amaya. It's either Amaya, Lahaji, Daiki. Could go with Daiki, actually. Could go with that. Like I said, Bayer's most likely not going to play. If anything, he might be on the bench. I'll throw it in just in case, because obviously you don't need goalkeepers to be playing the underdogs divisions, which I think is cool. Yeah, can't fit in an underdog rare team. Okay, so this is what we're looking at right now, lads. We've got our under 23 rare pro lineup as follows. I don't love it, but it's a team for now. Under 23 super rare, with Jesus Ferreira. Funny enough, actually, I'm trying to think what game week it was. How do I do this now? My gallery, SO5 results. No, it wasn't this week. It was game week 2. I made the video on it not too long ago. Was it game week 2? When did I win? When did I win? Game week? Yeah, it was game week 260. I swear I just want to get. So one of the times where I podiumed last on under 23 super rare surface, I did go with Jesus Ferreira as my forward. Obviously, it's a different Jesus Ferreira, as you can tell. I luckily enough have the Jersey Mints version that I did win, luckily. But yeah, that could be a bit of an omen. Nico's in there as well. Jesus, Tani, very similar lineup, obviously, with Seki and Varela, and then obviously under 23 rare lineup as follows. Look, obviously I have some good players, but ultimately they're not crazy good lineups right now. And I know that's might sound ungrateful to some of you, but and I'm saying that from a perspective of like, in terms of who I have in my gallery, like I don't have my best players available right now, or the majority of my better players. So yeah, this week I just want to get through it. I want to get 15 out of 15 starters, and I just want to, have a sweat. That's all I want this week. I don't expect much, prize wise. I would love to just be, in the race for something. Whether that's a T2, a tier 3, whatever it is, tier 1, great. I just want to be able to, enjoy my Sorare weekend in that sense. Obviously, I will be in London tomorrow, leaving Saturday. So yeah, it'd be amazing to just be around a load of Sorare players, cheering on our teams. I will do my Sorare Mega and Sorare data lineups as well, so don't go anywhere. That's probably all I can really do, lads, to be honest. Underdog super rare. Like I said, Jordan Bay is probably not going to play. And then going with these three as my main. Okay, that is that. Let's go over to Sorare data. By the way, lads, I've moved my bedroom around, and yeah, now you can see there's 4 shirts in the background. There used to be only 3 because the wall that I was facing only could fit 3. Now I'm on a bit of a bigger wall, basically. So yeah, you can see a little bit more there. I've probably got the camera a little bit too close, maybe, but I've got a new desk, got a brand new desk. It's a lot bigger. It's just a lot easier for me to have like my 2 monitors. I've got my laptop on the side as well where I edit, so it's just a lot easier for me to create content, to be honest. Okay, this is game 6 out of 6 for the SD League. It's not going to really mean much to me because I think I've lost every game in this season. I'm just waiting for season 10 now, but we are just going to throw in a lineup because why not? And let's see what we can do here. So we'll go Daiki, we'll go Nico. We're just going to try and go with our basically guaranteed starters. And Wu. Midfield 4 of Yari, Varela, Florentino, and Pablo Ruiz. And then starting forwards of Jesus and Anis Zari. And then on the bench, we'll go with big Martin van der Voort. Defender, we're going to go, struggling a little bit here. We'll go Sekigawa, and then in the midfield position, we'll go Enzo. And forward, we shall go Mitsuta, and we'll captain Yari Visharan. And we'll save that. Lineup saved. We'll go over to Sorare Mega. Okay, Sorare Mega time. Can I squeeze out? I'll probably be able to squeeze out a Mega 11, maybe a Mega 5, but it's not looking too likely that I'll be able to squeeze out what I want to squeeze out. We'll just do this pretty fast. I'll be honest, I don't really, take much care in my lineups here, to be completely honest. I'm just trying to find, 11 starters and just sort of build from there. I don't have, I'm competing against guys who have really big limited galleries with, I'm competing with everyone, but ultimately there's a load of players who have good limited cards or really, really meta limited cards that are just going to blow me out of the water, basically, which I'm okay with. So that's kind of why I don't really take it too serious. What can we do here? We go Seki, midfield 2 of Alan and Sforza, and then up front we're going to have to go with Akida or Captain Alan, and then we'll do Mega 3. This is probably not going to do much, but you know what? Why not? We'll go Akida Rare. We'll go Enzo Rare, see what that does for us. And we'll just go Tanny. Probably not going to do anything at all, but you just never know. You got to be in it to win it. Okay, there's that Sorare data out of the way. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to play. I mean, I would build a specialist team for limited because I do actually really enjoy playing it. And obviously the prizes are really cool as well. You know what? Some of you might be interested, so we'll just do a little scouting of the L15 under 40 situation for some of you that maybe want to play specialist or maybe haven't got their teams in yet for specialist. You know, I'm not a specialist player, so you know, pardon the pun, but yeah, you know, there might be some players out there that, you know, are looking to really hit that tournament because I do think it's huge. You know, it's a massive opportunity for limited players to, you know, build up to rares and win some star rares, which is just insane, I think. So yeah, obviously you do need, is it two? Yes, you're going to need 2 players with an average of an L15 under 40. So at the top of the list, we've got Milik. I'm not sure if he's fit. I think he is. That could be a big player. I bet you this is played a lot over this weekend. Milik at home to Remy's L15 of 38. This Sondra Johnson, I'm not sure if Josh Forth is watching, but on his stream yesterday, he mentioned this guy to be fair. And his limited's dirt cheap. They're at home to St. Johnston. I think he had a really good game. I think he had a really good AA score last game, and that's kind of why. Yeah, he had a 68, 30 AA. So yeah, for that price, £4. If you need an L15 under 40, he could potentially be the answer, especially in defense. Okay, Mike Trezor. Wow, yeah, I bet you he'll be used a lot this weekend. Cameron Mcgee, don't know too much about him. That's interesting. Why does that say he plays for Newport? I mean, he might play for Newport, but he's not going to get points for that, is he? They're in League 2. I don't know many of these players, to be completely honest, to give much of an analysis. Did I even? No, I didn't even. I'm so stupid, aren't I? I didn't say it has a game this weekend. Sorry, lads. That's shit from me. That is really bad from me. Well, that's Sondra Johnson still there, of course. So, yeah, I wasn't too far off things. Okay, and it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of great options, to be completely honest. The Anderlecht match just finished, lads. 2-0 away from home. Mariappen could be a good shout. L15 under 40. He should play with Badia Shield not playing. David Taylor just joined. What's going on, mate? Thank you for joining. David said, what's the teams looking like? I'll show you them now. And then Mali said Trefet. You need to choose the game week. Oh, did I not choose the game week? Am I being stupid again? Yeah, oh my God, lads, sorry. I'm an absolute idiot. Yeah, we'll get back onto that. But yeah, David, these are the teams to quickly show you. Under 23 Pro, Costa, Shugioka, Visharan, Louise, and Zauri. Under 23 Super Rare of Tani, Segigawa, Nico Williams, Alan Varela, and we're going with the rare Jesus Ferreira away to Portland. And then under 23 rare, we're going with Van der Voort, Seo Young Woo, Wesley Fofana, Pablo Ruiz, and Mitsuta as our captain. And then we are going to throw in an underdog super rare team. We don't think it's going to do much. These 3 should play. I don't think Bayer's going to play, to be honest. He might be on the bench. I know he did train fully today, but it's probably a bit too late for him to get back into that starting 11 for now. Yeah, I've got a lot of injuries. I've got not a lot of COVID situations, but COVID situations in Japan, few transfer situations. So yeah, my teams aren't as strong as I'd sort of like them to be or thought they would be. I'm leaving out Enzo Fernandez rare card because I think he might get rested. So yeah, it's a case of Yeah, just sort of trying to get 15 cards out basically that I think are going to start effectively. Okay, back to this. So like we said, Milik will be quite favourable, I imagine. Mike Trezor will be very popular. Anybody else that jumps out at us, lads? I'm just looking at some L15 under 40 guys, basically, for anyone that's looking to play the Specialist Limited over the weekend. Amiri, that could be an interesting shout. I thought, he's moved back to Leverkusen, is he? Interesting. David says, nice under 23, as strong as always. Those midweek games right now are a pain in the arse, aren't they? Means players are rested on the weekend. Yeah, mate, it is really, really annoying. That's the only thing about midweek utility is that you have the headache of, are they going to play on the weekend sort of thing. Anina says, so no threshold team. No, well, I don't even have a. Oh, actually, sorry, Anina. Good observation. I'm being stupid here. I have one more. Right. Scrap the underdog super rare team, lads. We're back in business. Let me show you what we can do. I completely forgot. I have Saskai, which I want to use basically. So Saskai, we're going to risk Koga. We're going to do the race all defensive stack. I'm not expecting this team to do much in the sense that, they might get rotated. They might not play. They might be out with COVID, but I'm just going to throw them in because why not? We're going to throw Enzo Fernandez into here. We'll throw in the super rare Kida, and then we're going to throw a rare somebody. Do we have anybody? Vitinho, maybe? Or do I just try and ETH bash? Yeah, maybe. You know what? Scrap it. Scrap. We're going to go all-star rare and just get some ETH in, I think. I'm worried. I'm actually going to go with this guy because he's played quite well the last two games. He's had like 45 and 49 or something. So, and he's playing Shimizu at home, which I kind of don't mind as a fixture. We'll go with Enzo. We'll go with Akida, and then we're probably going to have to go with Vitinho, to be honest. This team might not even get ETH. It might. It probably won't. Yeah, Nina, thank you for reminding me, to be fair. Yeah, I do have another playing goalkeeper in Saskai. So, yeah, okay. We now have a threshold team. I didn't expect to have. What was I doing? Yeah, going back to the L15 under 40 situation. Is there anyone else that jumps out to me here? If this guy's fit, this Ofoy, he could be dangerous. I'm not seeing much else really that I can see scoring that well. Sadar might score okay at £10. That doesn't look terrible. If he's fit, I don't know if he's fit. Don't get me wrong. Cerny, could he play? Surface says, sorry, Portugal has Enzo 95% to start. Thinking is that because of the huge win this game week, they play this weekend and then rest next midweek. So yeah, Surface, they do play next midweek, if that's what you're referring to. They have a game next game week, which is game week 2. Well, game week after 294. Sorry. They do play the Midget Land. I know I haven't pronounced that properly, but it's Midget Land to me. They play Midget Land away. So yeah, he does have a fixture midweek. So that would mean Tuesday, Saturday. No, they play Friday, Tuesday, Friday, Tuesday again, or maybe Wednesday. So Shanfari says, I am using the pairing of Segawa and Ishara in specialists from Shonen. Hopefully they get a return. Yeah, Shonen might be good for a clean sheet this weekend, lads, actually. That could be something to look at for specialist. Yeah, Surface, I've spoken to a guy that I know is Portuguese, he's a massive Benfica fan. And he seems to think that there's a decent enough chance the Weigl plays the 8 and Enzo rests. So that's my thinking on that one. I know Sorare Portugal has Enzo to start, but I don't think that's as trustworthy as it probably should be, and that's just my personal opinion. So yeah, just looking through these lads, just one more time, just if there's any value here for you if you are playing specialist or are looking to play specialist and don't have an L15 under 40. Yeah, this Cerny guy, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I think that could be a good shout if he's fit. Like I said, I'm not doing the research on, if they're fit or not. I'm just looking at players that I think could be decisive capable for this weekend. Not seeing too much else, to be honest. It's tough, isn't it? These L15 under 40 requirements are tough. They're really, really tough to... this Satalo, this is like the other Satalo. He's like the long lost brother of the good Satalo. But this guy's actually really good as well. He's under 23 as well. I'm sure he scored very well last game. Got himself an 85. He actually got a decisive, to be fair, but 24 AA as well. I'm not sure if he's fit. I know he's quite expensive, to be fair, £77. So I wouldn't really be jumping at that, but there's definitely something to look into there. To be fair, Zauri's L15 under 40 as well. That could be a shout. That could be a decent shout. I think they've got a good favourable matchup, and he's definitely with a shout of a DA. I really do think he is. Trefet, yeah, somebody mentioned that in the chat. To be fair, that could be a good shout at home to Lorient. Anything else down here? Marcus Pedersen. I don't love it. Taith Chong, but he doesn't have a limited. Okay, I'm not seeing... Ooh, Asmoon. Away to Dortmund, though. I don't love that fixture. That could be something to avoid. Okay. Kititsky. He could be decent. Bernadeschi. That could be a good shout. Although Nashville aren't bad at home. I could fancy him if he does play for a DA. That wouldn't be bad. Luis Vasquez, if he gets a start for Boca, that could be a decent little shout at forward position. Grulev, not terrible. There's some options here, but they're not great, are they? I guess that's why they are L15 under 40. They're not going to be great options. Shakaboom says Danilo Feyenoord, but he's pricey. Okay, interesting. Do you think he starts? Do we think that he's going to start? It'd be interesting to know how you see that playing out. Okay, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's much else going on down here, to be fair. Jahanbash, actually, if he plays, that could be decent. That could be really decent. He seems to know where the net is. And he does enjoy a decisive from time to time. João Victor, if he was fit, does fit L15 under 40. Okay, doesn't look like there's much else going on there, lads. So we'll probably give that a miss. Let's have a look at how we're doing this midweek. I know Rapid are 2-0 down. 2-1 down, sorry. 2-0 down, sorry. We are in 5th, like I said, I thought we would be. I think Sean has just overtaken us, so he's probably gone into 4th. Sean, well, by Sean, I mean PSU fans too. So we'll go under 23 Rare Pro. Yeah, Sean is in 4th, and his Sam Bukema is yet to start. So yeah, we basically need Bukema to get sent off or something, and that would mean that we would finish in 4th, I think, going off this. Oh, how has Hadel got a clean sheet? What's going on here? Has he saved a pen or something? Or is that his AA score? No. Right, what's going on here? Let's have a look at this, lads. What's he done here? Yeah, oh my God. Look at his AA score, guys. That's crazy. Jesus. Well, that came out of nowhere. Yeah, he's got 2 runouts. Yeah, that's the keeper sweepers. They're huge, aren't they? 10 points. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, it doesn't make a difference because, like I said, Sean has the same. Everyone has Hadel tonight, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Yeah, Sam Wood, what's going on, mate? Thank you for joining us. Anina says, sorry, I can't stay any longer. It's freezing cold here and I need to sleep. Good night, lads. Anina, good night, bro. Thank you for joining us tonight. That really, really mean a lot to me. Good luck for this upcoming game week. But yeah, we're in 5th. I don't think we can really be overtaken at this point. I think everything else... yeah, I think we're okay, to be honest. I don't think much can really change for us. I don't think we can drop to anything below 5th. So it looks like we're either going to take a tier 1 limited, a tier 1 rare, or a star rare if Sam Bukema has an absolute shocker, which I don't think he will. And then, yeah, that's kind of how that's going to play out, I imagine, because they do have a favourable fixture, of course, albeit they are away from home. And I am already like 3 points out of that. So, yeah, interesting to see how that plays out. Obviously, we will be able to open up a reward tomorrow, which will be fun. I will be on my way to London though, so it depends what time the rewards are given out. I'll probably have to do it on my phone or something because, yeah, I'll be traveling to London. It takes me like 3.5 hours. So, yeah, day full of Sorare tomorrow, which I'm buzzing about. Obviously, going to the meetup. Yeah, really, really excited for it, to be honest. It's going to be a super, super fun day. And yeah, hopefully I can meet a few of you guys that for some reason watch my streams. But yeah, really do appreciate it, lads. I'm probably going to leave that there now. I'll do my training lineups off screen because they're boring. But yeah, lads, if you haven't left a like on the video, on the live stream, please do. Like, honestly, it means way more than you can imagine. Like, genuinely, if we can get it to 50 likes, that would be insane for me. Local Leg says, enjoy it, mate. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, gutted you won't be there. Or imagine you won't be there. By the look of the message, J Vic, have fun, mate. Thank you, J Vic. I do really appreciate it. I am tempted to vlog it. So if I've been charging my camera today, I haven't used my little vlogging camera for a while. If you'd be interested in some sort of vlog and me sort of going through my scores of my players over the weekend and how the meetup goes, let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that, lads, because I might film one. Yeah, let me know now. Just say in the comments if you would be interested in watching something like that. I'm not massive on like doing vlogs. I don't know if I'm confident enough to be, whipping the camera all the time. I did one in Orlando a bit, but yeah, I don't love doing them, but I would definitely do them if people want to watch them. So yeah, please do let me know. Obviously, I would incorporate the Sorare stuff as well. Loco says, always interesting to follow your journey. I do appreciate it, man, a lot. I really, really do. So yeah, maybe I will whip out the camera and do a little bit of vlogging tomorrow. And yeah, it might get to the stage where, I'm filming guys that I've met in person that obviously watch the streams and stuff, which is just a cool little concept, I guess. But yeah, like I said, please do leave a like on the stream, lads. I'll probably be back Monday live streaming for the midweek game week if I can get myself a goalie in. If not, Thursday. Yeah, I want to set up something where I'm streaming a lot more regularly now rather than just on a Thursday. So yeah, look out for that. Like I said, really do appreciate you watching, lads. And I shall see you in the next live stream. Have a wicked game week. Have a wicked day. Yeah, good night.